All right, hey, what's up guys? Coach Mac, Play Fast Football. Today we're going to do a video on GT, counter trade, and how it can now be used as an influence for other plays. Check out some of our partners, Game Strat, Sideline Replay System. We use at Bishop Kenny High School. I've used them the last 5 or 6 years. Highly reliable, highly affordable. See why everybody's making a switch. Check out Game Strat. Dome Hats, Headwear company we use with Play Fast Football and Bishop Kenny High School. I've used them at every high school I've been at in the last 10 years. Football guys, played at Florida, they know the deal, they've coached before, so they can take care of you, completely customizable. Check out Dome Hats. Baker Sporting Goods, we use them for our sideline gear, our practice gear, spirit packs, our uniforms are distributed from them. They're in the shoulder pad business now with Pro Gear. Make sure you're checking them out. Just Play, playbook software we use it for our meetings, installs, presentations. I use it for my Patreon site, the best play drawing tool on the market. Check out Just Play. DifferenceUSA, the ultimate striking machine. You get thousands of reps. Don't need a partner. Don't need to worry about teaching somebody how to hold a bag. Don't need to worry about getting anybody hurt. They attach right to the racks in your weight room. If you want to strike violently, you have to practice striking violently. Check out DifferenceUSA. And then XandOnotebook, which is a completely customizable notebook that players and coaches can bring into meetings. You can customize the templates inside, diagrams, where they put the notes, front cover, back cover. You can make it look absolutely professional, clean, and have a place where players, coaches can take notes when you have your meetings, so you don't have to worry about those legal pads and all the different places you might have had your notes and looking for where you put those notes. All right, one book, game plans, meetings, everything in one convenient place, completely customizable. Check out XandOnotebook. All right, so counter tray's been around for a long time. It's been a great hard-nosed, gap-run football play for a long time, right? The standard play that most people would know, probably dates back to more of the, if you think of Joe Gibbs, Washington Redskins, and and that hardball run play, NFL style, tight ends involved, fullbacks involved. In the spread game, it's gone more to a situation where maybe it's part of read game, or maybe it's part of a gap scheme while spreading some people out. So traditional counter trade GT, you've got down gap blocks on the front side. All right, you've got back block by the center. You've got a guard pull kick, a tackle pull wrap. All right, first drawing, I've just got it with a read scheme. So maybe we were reading a 5 technique, arc release the sniffer. All right, out to handle a fourth player or anybody that might scrape exchange over the top, right? So just your simple generic GT counter play. All right, again, its origins are probably more in the 21, 12 personnel world. When I think of counter trade, I think of Joe Gibbs, Washington Redskins in the 80s. All right, that's just when I was growing up. So that's what I think of the GT counter trade play, right? But as a defensive coach now, what I'm starting to find is GT is becoming more of an influence scheme where people are doing things off of GT action that are becoming even tougher to defend than the GT play itself, right? So if you took this same play, all right, and you attached jet motion to it, all right, and now you get into the world where maybe you've got the quarterback bash play, right? So now what you are doing is the GT play is serving as an influence. So you're pulling 2 linemen, giving them a gap scheme with 2 pullers. Linebackers are now in some type of constraint, right? Are we running with pullers? Are we honoring the fact that it's got jet sweep tag to it, right? So when you think about influence, to me, like the old influence trap, right? So if we were to trap a 3 technique and we do something with the front side guard, maybe we pull the front side guard to influence the 3 technique wider so we can trap them, right? That's how I think of the, for me, my first thought of an influence play. Well, the GT play is becoming a huge influence play now because of the constraints it puts on the defense. We're giving you 2 pullers to one side with a run attached to the other side, right? So this is the first version, all right, of it that we're seeing, and you're seeing the most, the bash theory, the quarterback counters off of different eye candy window dressing, right? So that's the first theory that everybody knows about. And as a defense, I've said this all the time, I don't know why more people don't carry the play. To me, it's one of the best plays in football. Maybe it's the read component in the bash play. Maybe people don't like the timing of snapping it with the jet sweep. Whatever it is, all right, I hope offenses don't figure it out, because to me it's the toughest play in football to defend within the run game because of all the constraints that are involved. Okay, so the interesting thing now, though, to me, the next influence play that you're starting to see all right, from guys like Lincoln Riley, are guys that are throwing screens off of GT action now. And I know that's crazy to think, and maybe maybe in the let's say the high school setting, maybe the arm action is a little bit difficult for the quarterback. But what you're starting to get now is you're starting to get teams that are giving GT action right. So you're getting GT action, so you're getting gap scheme action, right? And you're getting the GT scheme run the other way. Okay? Well, now what they're doing is they're taking the gap scheme and they're saying, okay, well, let's block it like a gap scheme, but now we're going to tag a screen to it, and the front side gap guys are now going to become the screen players because they're already on that track. So now they're going to take this and they're going to work it to where you're going to run the alley screen coming back off the GT action, but now instead of back blocking on the nose, they're going to take the track of the back block, all right, and go out and try and become a kick player. They're going to take the track of the down block and try and make it an alley player. And now the tough one is with the 3 technique front side, how they got to avoid the 3 technique and now maybe get yourself a rat killer. And you're throwing alley screens out, all right? And let's say maybe to this side you've got some type of access now screening they're throwing in the tempo world. So now you're showing GT action. Your guys already blocked GT as a play, but now you're just taking the guys on the gap side and you're telling them to take all the angles they would take on a counter play, but don't block who they were supposed to block. So take the back block, take the angle, but don't back block the nose, let the nose go. All right, bypass that and become the kick player. Take the down block angle to the mic, or the double team that would work to the mic, and bypass that and run the alley. All right, the tackle with the 3 technique is the only one that's a little bit different because he's not with the 3 technique there. Open B gap, he's fine. He can take his gap track all the way. 3 technique, he's probably got to release outside, but he's going to become the rat kill player. So now off the same GT action, giving them the constraint of pullers, now throwing alley screens on the outside. All right, so GT in itself is a great football play. A lot of teams carry GT, a lot of teams carry GY. All right, I've also shown you the way I like to run counter in the RPO world is I like to run it as GY, and I like to carry it as an RPO deal. All right, so if it were me, and we would carry both of these schemes. All right, but one of the things we started doing was we started running GT as a read scheme, and we started running GY as an RPO option scheme. All right, both option football, read scheme. Either way, to me, RPO football is option football. So what we started doing is we started going, all right, well, GT is when we want to run bash. All right, maybe we'll run jet off of GT action opposite. But when we want to RPO it, we run GY. So we would go kick with that, wrap with that. Glance was our best deal there. Read the support player. Counter action in there. All right, and then maybe we built, some type of access throws out there. So the counter play has been a huge part of people's offenses, especially spread offenses. And when I think of counter plays, I think of Lincoln Riley, to me, in the kind of air raid system and the things he was doing at Oklahoma, combining those with read plays and RPOs. And he was throwing it at a 2-back, giving counter action and running sniffers or tight ends down the seam on RPOs. So the counter play has been a base play for people for a long time. It's been a hard ball, gap run play for a long time. Well, now it's also becoming an influence play where people are using counter as the influence to run other plays, right? So now it's the eye candy or the influence that they're saying, hey, pull us this way, screens over here. Pull us this way, bash over there. So you're starting to see guys get more creative with the GT play, how to use it as eye candy, how to use it as that constraint for the defense, which makes it so difficult to defend when you're trying to get extra bodies over the top of pullers, but they've got plays attached away from the counter. All right, just one more way the offense is diagramming and designing things to make life, all right, completely difficult for us guys that are calling defenses. Really good stuff. Attaching screens to it is a phenomenal idea. I hope this helps you guys. I hope it helps you understand exactly what influence plays are and how you can attach different schemes as influence plays. I always think of the influence trap, old school days, quick trap, influence, pull a guard on the front side, widen a 3 technique, then trap them. All right, but influence plays are anything that you're using to influence the defense to defend something while you attach a different play to it. All right, eye candy, getting the eyes where you want them. All right, I appreciate you guys for being on this channel. If you're not a subscriber, click that subscribe button. If you are in the notifications or you're not in the notifications, please ring that bell, turn your notifications on. You know, every time we do a video like this, every time we go on YouTube Live, thumbs up, thumbs down. If you like the content, don't like the content, it lets me know what we are delivering. And as always, leave a message. If you leave a message, I will respond. And every message I see, I will get back to you because I love interacting with the people out there. All right, we are chasing 4 million views. All right, about 300,000 views away from 4 million, so we've got to keep this thing rolling. I appreciate everything you guys do for me. Hopefully everybody out there is doing well. Did a screen clinic last night, so if you want the screen clinic presentation from Coach Krause, my head football coach here at Bishop Kenny High School, if you want that link, email me, sting8740@gmail.com. I will tell you how to register and how I can send you the link. Hope everybody's doing well. If you have spring ball, I hope it's going well. Remember, you won't play well till you play fast. I will see you guys next time.